I want to talk a few minutes about faith. Faith belongs to the age of Pisces. The motto of Pisces is I believe. And to me, faith, well, it's hope. It's things hoped for. It's blind faith. Faith is blind. You see nothing. You just believe. As we move into the age of Aquarius, it's the age of knowing. You're not going to have blind faith anymore. In the religious movements today, the movements of faith, which are the blind leading the blind, they pull you to the pit and they alter you. They are terrified of the next age because it's the age of knowing. And then you will know that humanity has been lied to for many world ages now. The truth has been hidden from us, and we've been issued this blind faith. The blind faith movement's very enthusiastic right now. They're really stepping up. They'll tell you they know that they're connected to something much bigger. They all have this anticipation about the world stage and what's fixing to happen based on their interpretation of their books. And indeed, we all are connected to something much, much bigger. And it's the zodiac. In Freemasonry, they venerate the constellation of Orion and the great architect. In Aquarius, the age of knowing, ruled by Saturn, it is the great alchemist, because Saturn rules astrology in Aquarius. He's our Father who art in heaven. In the air signs, that would be none other than Saturn. And the age of blind faith is demonizing it to no end, because when we do walk into knowing, to me, when we enter Aquarius and everybody's full in, then everybody's pineal gland is going to pop. And everybody's going to know. There will be no more faith. There will be no more church. There will be no more blind leading the blind. It'll be over. And we will all be the sons and daughters of the Heavenly Father, air sign, this air sign here. I've had several people tell me about the people in white. I even had a conversation with somebody here in Las Vegas that was shocked to know I wasn't shocked about the people in white. And many of us have seen them. This is us. We're seeing us in the future kind of thing. We're all going to be in this kingdom of purity and knowing in astrology in the heavens, right? You're in the heavens now. You're in the age of Aquarius. Right now, we're at the event horizon between those two ages. And it's called the Rubicon. And it is the point of no return. There is going to be no going back to that age of blind faith. And that means letting go of those doctrines. You have to let go of those 10 commandments, all of those statutes and limitations and restrictions that were laid down by the Old Testament. They are null and void. You have to get that thinking out of your mind. We are still judging people based on a false program that was put in us by traditions, our families, our education system, the televisions, the media, the hyped system of the programming that they put upon us. Wow. Sorry for that interruption. But I'm glad myself this age is coming to an end. I was a curious child. I still am very curious. I want to know who, what, where, when, why, and how about everything. And we're all connected to this huge magic circle in the sky. We're so connected to it that each one of us has our very own magic circle called your natal chart. And you should be the magician in that chart, in that circle. You should be harnessing those energies through your chakras and your body, through your emotions and how it's expressed, and be magic to move mountains, right? Your faith can move mountains. Well, I'm going to tell you what, knowing the truth can move the mountains out of your life. It can change your life. You can stop serving the programming that has been put upon us all. All this, and I'm going to tell you, all of this has to do with political correctness, judgment. All that is being played upon the people right now so that they will do anything but let go of those traditions, because that's what they're based on. They're all based on ideologies. Well, right now, Saturn is taking over ideologies and questioning all ideologies as he moves through Sagittarius. That's Jupiter's house. Saturn's up in Jupiter's house of ideology and fire. And Saturn's not afraid to walk there. And he's going to make changes while he's there. So everybody's ideologies are coming into question. Here's the problem. It's everybody questioning everybody else's ideologies but their own. Everybody's but their own. Everybody has those 2 cents they want to put in. All of my ideologies are coming into question daily as I'm here in Las Vegas. I'm being exposed to, I'm a girl off the farm. You know, I grew up on a plantation, the reservation, but I've lived in big cities and I've been exposed to a lot of things. But I'm going to tell you, Las Vegas is different than anywhere I've ever been. To me, the closest thing was like I lived in South Beach in Miami. And during the day, you had the locals, and it was a very Cuban neighborhood. A lot of ethnic foods, locals. It was a wonderful atmosphere. But at night, the place changed. The Europeans would come out. The tourists would come out. And it was it transformed from day to night. And Las Vegas is like that. It is a 24-hour city, but like living in the other big cities, you get up in the morning and the city's up and roaring and moving, but it's that way here at night. It's almost like it goes to sleep in the morning. All of the workers are getting off from the big nights at the casino. The casinos run on skeleton crews during the day. It's the shops that are open that makes the money from you go shopping for the tourist, and then the entertainment values, things you do outside. So it's a completely different atmosphere, and it makes the people different. It makes they have a different mindset here. And I find it a lot less judgmental of others. People seem to be very accepting regardless of your status or your beliefs or your ideologies. And I find that extremely refreshing, because I assure you, everybody here is different than everybody else. They celebrate their uniqueness rather than try to confine to this groupthink going on, the groupthink. The only groupthink we should have going on is what's going on in the heavens, not what's going on in each other. When we reconcile ourselves to the heavens, we don't have to reconcile ourselves to others. It happens naturally. First, you do it within yourself, and then those around you, as you're the example and they see in you. I really dislike the way religions try to force their ideologies on somebody else. And if you don't believe this, you're not going to heaven. Well, they don't even know what the hell heaven is. What this thing they've created is fixing to collapse in their face, because as we move into the age of Aquarius, this faith is gone, people. And it's just gone. We won't need this anymore. And I couldn't be more grateful, because we'll all be connected to the heavenly age. Angels. What about angels? There are those of us here that I wouldn't, it's kind of a time of passing. It's a whole generation of us. They call, I guess biblically it's called a unique generation. And what's unique about it is we are at the event horizon. We are in the Piscean age, but we're moving into an Aquarian age. That's just one generation. That's not a whole age or a whole aeon, which is a group of ages. It's just one small generation that can let go in their mind and in their hearts and in their understanding and thinking of those old paradigms, so that you can open the door to the future. And it's easier for some of us because of the frequencies that are literally in your natal chart. It tells you this. The more of you that have planets in air signs, you don't have to be born in an air sign. I'm born in an earth sign, but I've got all these planets and my moon in air signs. And that becomes part of you. It is part of you. It don't become part of you. You are part of it. It is you. It's just learning to know thyself. And there, you have to look up, but you also have to look within. Dealing with your shadow work. You can look at the stars above and know what your shadow work is, because it dictates what that darkness is in you that you need to get out. And a lot of this darkness in a lot of us is this blind faith stuff. Because we've been lied to, and you've got these predispositions, and we're still going around judging everybody based on, listen to me, false doctrine and false dogma. You don't have a leg to stand on. And when you move into knowing and you're out of this blind faith, a lot of people are going to be shocked, because they knew that they knew that they knew that that God of the Old Testament was God. But he's not. Especially not the God of the age coming. The church and the Jupiterian and the Aries ages are in cahoots, demonizing. And they're using the age of Egypt, Earth, Taurus to do it. They use the Freemasons to do it. You can even look in the heavens and see who's in control and who's manipulating who. And it's Jupiter and Mars. And everybody needs to keep that in mind when you're dealing with the frequencies and attributes of those two planets. That every bit of everything that you're told, that you invest all this faith in, is fed to you by the same being that does not want you to know the truth, that wants to keep you blind and keep you deaf and keep you programmed. You can't let go of part of it and keep the rest of it. You can't walk out of the church and then go down the street and tell somebody they're going to hell, or destroy their paradigm. You can't become the thing you hate. We have to let go of whatever we think about the past. As Saturn moves through Sagittarius, Jupiter's house of ideologies, everybody's ideology is going to come into question and into check. You're going to have people coming at you, questioning your ideologies, what your beliefs are. And you know what? Those words in those books can be translated anyway. But who are they to stand against your natal chart? It's your cross, not theirs. And it's clear the differences between us when you hold your natal chart up against somebody else's natal chart. Because we each have our own. There are no two alike. Not even twins are born exactly at the same second, exactly in the same place. There are always subtle differences between us. From gender, even DNA has a factor in it. The DNA is affected by the environment around us. Our minds are affected by what's imposed upon us by the societies, cultures, and traditions we are raised in. We have to let go of all of it and look up and let the great magic circle tell us what's going on with ourselves, and what we need to be doing about it. And not what we need to be doing about everybody else's shit, but our own. When you learn your own chart, when you master your own self, then you can begin to understand other people's charts. And then you realize you're not so hard on them. You understand why they are the way they are. And then you can actually help them to understand why they are the way they are. And you can grow together instead of fighting a battle of separation, celebrating one another's uniqueness in our own natal charts. We're each special. We can become whatever we want to become. We can overcome. We can rise above. All of these words, overcome, you're talking about going up, heaven. Rise above, everything up, 7 up. Everything in advertising is about that. 7 up's got the red dot. It's the red sun of Aquarius. The red man. It's Thalem himself. One of my subs sent me this. Isn't that awesome? There's Thalem. He's the red man. I consider this over here Sagittarius in his hand, because Thalem will represent Capricorn and Aquarius. So in his left hand, which if he was on the cross, but he's not, Sagittarius. If he was on the cross, it would be an eagle. And then the universe in his right hand. And I love this. It came from a clip off of a video somebody done. But it speaks volumes to me. Even the decorations on him, the feathers, the braids. You know, there's a reason why Native Americans braid their hair in 3 strands. Because of the 3 stars in the trinary system of Thalem, Fomalhaut, and Aquarius. All right. That's my video for today on faith and moving into the age of knowing the ledgers of the heavens, and the age of karma, which is letting go of those traditions, because your works will follow you. Not your words, not your beliefs, not what's in your heart, but what you say and what you do. Nothing more. Thank the karma. It is her age.